Guten Tag. Just wanted to go over some of the updates here on the wind system for 2025. Most of it's the same, but there are a few changes in here. So let's start here first with the your master sheet here. Maybe it'll work. Sometimes my computer is just a hair on the slow side. So what we've done, let me get this up here a little bit so you can see it. Sometimes, these programs and stuff, on the screen it looks fine, but on the recording it's so friggin' small you can't hardly see anything. So you have to kind of make sure things are a little bit oversized so that you can see it. So on this one, your yearly here, what we've done is instead of just the due date, we've also put in a place where you can put in, when it's actually done. Still tells you, this one, how many days you got to go on this particular one, and then whether you were in front of your due date or afterwards. And then the other thing that we put in now, when you check mark it, it stops accounting and it tells you that it's completed. So if you get a lot of blue, you're doing really quite well. So the rest of it, my computer's a little bulky here. The rest of it's still the same. So say you've got in here, so health and physical, let's lose 10 pounds. Okay, and let's say, assuming we started in January, let's put that in here, and let's say that our goal date was the 3rd, and it's gonna, always ask you to overwrite the contents, and you just click yes, and it'll change it to that particular date. Okay, and let's say you actually got done with that, and you actually lost those 10 pounds on the 1st. Okay. Then it's just gonna change it to the 1st, and it tells you that you got it done 2 days in front of schedule. Okay, so then you just click completed and you're done. So one of the other things, now let's say you went behind here. See, this one here, it says it's past due because it's not checked off yet. And then say you did that, but let's just say, moving ahead here a little bit, let's say you got it done on the 6th, and so it does it, and that tells you that you're 3 days over. Okay, and again, but once you check it off, it doesn't really matter because everything stops then or anyway. So the other thing that people wanted is, we have places in here for all 7 of the main categories in your life, but they needed more. So what we did is we added separate ones where you can break these down even further. Like each one of these now over here's all 7 of the categories, and then it works the same way. You just change the dates and then check it off when it's done, but it gives you, I think, 20 or 21 that you can break down to each particular date, and that gives you a little more room to do that. And then on the monthly breakdowns on the tasks and stuff, that stayed pretty much the same, but we also added the same thing in here. And again, you can see, well, maybe you can't see because it's too friggin' small again. So we changed it, same thing. And again, once you get your stuff broke down for that particular deal, then you have, I go into this in the regular videos and stuff, but you go down in here and to your next and to your weeklies and stuff. One thing that we did, one of the things we'll get into here now, and again, this is all broke down the same. You just put in your deal, break it down by each particular day. Now, what we've done here, the other thing we'll go into here, you'll see there's 2 time trackers in here. And the reason is because not everybody wanted to use the plan versus actual time tracker. They wanted one with just a single in there because they felt they were already beyond just that. So whether you're using the time tracker single or the plan versus actual, they're still both going to show up here on your deal. So let's go to the time tracker single here, and there it is. So again, copy and paste, control, and let's say we're on the fourth here. So let's put that down, control V, and then so you put that down for work, and then you click on the 4, and it takes you back for that day, and then it's going to show you again. And this works for both, whether you're working one or the other. I mean, no sense doing both, but all that other stuff is still the same. So then the other thing that we did is and then of course all of these are in here, and again the links for everything in here. So the other thing that we did, we put them all in here. The time tracker's in here, the plan versus actual, and the time tracker single. We had to make a couple changes on here because we actually had too much stuff in here. So we had people were having trouble with the functionality. Excuse me. So what we did is the top 3 score and everything's the same, but some of the functional and conditional formatting that we had in here we had to take out because it was just slowing it down too much. So let's say you put in here and you have something in here on your top 3 here for the 4th, and you check them off. I'm not going to write in there. So then you go to your top 3 here, and it tells you the scoring and everything's the same onto the Windows Done and to the top 3 into your high performance dashboard. But now it just tells you, okay, if you got a big question mark, okay, what the heck? Why is this not done? Otherwise it tells you, it's completed. So that's another change in there. Then we kind of cleaned up the menu again. Everything else works the same. All the dates are corresponding. You go to that and you can go to that particular page. We cleaned up the high performance dashboard just a little bit, but everything else in here is easy, and all the videos and stuff are in here. So again, the instructions is where you want to start and everything, and you start the same way: assess, priorities, vision, and then you just start breaking things down, and then you keep track of how good you're doing and what changes you need to make. And again, they're all in here, and the diagrams are so the same. And then of course we added the time tracker single on there. And that's pretty much it. The rest of it still works better. Some minor changes that didn't affect the functionality of it at all, just a little bit easier to use. So yeah, and we've got some things coming up here. Oops, I didn't update this yet. It was from last year. Anyhow, let's go to where are we here? Okay, let's go back to the menu here. Sorry, my computer, when I get so many different things on, the camera's on, and we got 3 other programs running in the background. Sometimes my computer's a little slower than it needs to be. Like now. So anyhow, I was just going to show you, and it shows up on all the other stuff. The 49-day challenge starts on February 18th again this year. And what it does is we go through 49 days, and it walks you through the whole Win system here. The Win system, and then what you transition once you get through the Win system, which is really about setting up your routines and your mindset. And then we go further on from that. But that's the first probably 4 or 5 weeks, 5 weeks I think. And then we go from there, and it's about creating the momentum and keeping going. So again, if you have any questions, win@mypeakpower.com. We check it every single day, so very seldom that we don't get back to you within 24 hours. So I hope you enjoy this. It's going to be a great program. Looking forward to working with you.